Hello. Hi, everybody. It's me, coming for you from Kitty's Kitchen. Right now, I'm cooking bacon. Tonight's dinner is a carbonara pasta. Instead of ham, I'm using bacon. So I just wanted to go over this bacon procedure with you. See the pan right there? That's where the bacon is going to be cooking. So we'll just give this a try. I'm going to just do the bacon now and then chop it up, and then we're going to add it to the carbonara later. So it's not going to be the full time, but I'm going to pause it and see if I can do it in segments. But anyway, this is the bacon part of it, portion of it. So turning the heat on about medium high, the bacon. As you can see, I just cooked a plate full of it. And as you can see, I have my paper towels out. You want to soak the bacon after you cook it so that you can absorb some of the grease. So in the meantime, this pan is already kind of used a little bit, but that's okay. So we can just put the bacon in. It's already hot. Maybe that's too hot. Slow it down a little bit if it's too much. It was already preheated a little bit, so that's why it was already hot to begin with. Anyway, so that's all the bacon that we have to cook today. So we'll let this bacon cook a little bit on the burner here. In the meantime, I'll pat these dry. With the paper towels. You want to use paper towels to pat your bacon dry. Okay, if I can turn up just a little bit, just to get it cooking. That's okay. But this bacon looks good. I'm using this bacon. This recipe is actually a southern recipe called Cooking from Trisha's Southern Kitchen. That's where I got this recipe originally. It's a carbonara with country ham recipe, but since I didn't go to the grocery store and get ham, we're using bacon, which is in Italian. Carbonara is an Italian dish. Carbonara has pancetta, which is actually an Italian ham or an Italian version of bacon. But we don't sell pancetta in the United States. Instead, we have bacon. So I'm using just bacon for the carbonara today. And but initially the recipe calls for country ham, but so we're just improvising today because we have limited access. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I've decided I'm going to stay in as much as possible during this thing, because I went to the store the other day and someone sneezed right on me, and I didn't like that. I mean, I'm like, I don't need to be out there with all these people that are going to be sneezing on everybody. You know, I don't need that. And I'm trying to stay healthy, and I want to see my family at Easter. So I'm going to hole up myself. I've got the necessities that I need for about, I'd say about a week. I could just stay holed up in my apartment. I know I'm probably going to go stir crazy, but Um, I'm not trying to be out there with everybody who's sneezing and coughing on everybody else. Well, coughing is a different matter. Sometimes people smoke and they cough, but mostly the sneezing, I don't need to be around everybody sneezing on me, especially not at the grocery store. Anyway, enough with that. So here's the bacon, and it came out a little bit drier. It looks like in the first batch did, but that should be okay. That's all right, no problem. Turn it off, and again I will add it to my bacon reserve here. So we'll just put the bacon on the paper towel here.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink.
Okay, so, and if there's still a little bit of bits of fat, that's okay. Fat, I know it's hard to say, but fat is actually a little bit good for you. Like, I mean, it tastes really good sometimes on bacon. Fat is really good. But anyway, if you cook it, it should get out all the bacteria that a raw piece would have. As long as it's cooked, it should be okay. It doesn't matter if it's like a hard piece or if it's a fatty piece. It's okay. Anyway, so that's done. Again, so now we have this, and I'll put degrease it a little bit by putting the paper towel on it.
This one goes out to all the moms out there, and the genius ways you make things cleaner.
Okay, I'm not touching it with my fingers. I'm just degreasing it with my paper towel here.
Smarter. Better. Moms, you inspire us. So we made new Arm & Hammer clean and simple detergent.
So there's the bacon. Maybe I can give you a close-up picture. This is the done bacon. And that should be enough for the carbonara dinner tonight that I'm going to cook.
It's interesting.
In the meantime, what you should do with the grease is you should have a grease jar or some kind of grease can to store the grease, because you don't want to put grease down your disposal. You don't want to do that. Listen to me, I sound like a teacher. Maybe in my past life I was a teacher. I don't mean to be sounding like, and this is what you do and this is what you don't do. I'm just telling you like things that I've learned along the way. Anyway, where are my pot holders? Okay, so there's some bacon grease right here, and you just
keep dandruff from ruining date night.
Let's fill it a little bit over.
Selsun Blue helps eliminate annoying itch and flakes.
What's better together? Combining more than 68,000 B3
Okay. Anyway, this jar I'm gonna have to replace soon, but sometimes it's good to have a little bit of bacon grease handy in case you want to cook with it. Like you can make really nice cornbread with bacon grease and
Jamie,
like
interesting photos from your trip.
cornbread pancakes and things like that. They're called hoe cakes. It's a southern thing again. I like to cook a little bit southern, I think. Sometimes I get a lot of my recipes from southern cooking, but in general I don't have a preference. I like to cook all everything's. Anyway, so save your bacon grease as much as you can, because you might need it for later.
Push it, people. Stay strong. Stay with me. These three sandwiches won't allow themselves to the left.
Anyway, that's it for the bacon. I'm just going to cut, when it cools, I'm going to just cut it up into about 1-inch pieces. And that'll be the bacon or the pancetta or the ham. That'll be our substitute ham for tonight's carbonara that I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put this on pause and then come back to it later and then do the other things. So let's just see how this works. This is again a test, but let's just see. Okay, bye for now. Okay, I'm back again. After cutting up the bacon, I just cut it with scissors, just about like with a 1/2 inch, maybe inch pieces. So it's all in here now. I saved my Chinese Tupperware. This is a soup container from Chinese takeout. Anyway, it's very efficient to store things if you need to store food and stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and make this dinner. It's a little early for me. It's about 4. It's a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I think the batteries might die. I'm not sure if I can keep it on pause for a long time or whatever, but I'm just going to make everything, and that'll be fine. But I just wanted to show you. Bacon now in the container. Again, stick it in the fridge for the time being until it needs to be used again. So I'm going to get started with some other things, and then I'll put it on pause again. But for now, bacon in refrigerator. So I've done a few little dishes, and so now we have the water for the spaghetti. So I'm going to use spaghetti. Thin spaghetti. Mueller's is good. I mean, whatever thin spaghetti brand you like. And gonna fill up the pot with water, and then put a little salt in the water. I like to salt the spaghetti water. I don't know. I think for some reason it makes it boil faster, or it gives the noodles a little bit of a flavor. I don't know, but salting it is good, in my opinion. So I have a really slow water spout here, so that's okay.
I will not kill anything.
It'll be done. It'll fill up in a minute.
He's like my brother.
Anyway, Star Wars on TV today, on Sunday. Got movies. Star Wars fan. I think this is the Sith.
I do not know where the Emperor has sent him.
The Sith Lord came out.
Where to look.
Return of the Sith. No, that's not the right title. Well, anyway. I keep getting things wrong on this. So I'm going to put this in the back burner right here, because I'm going to need the front burner for the other things. So rear.
Enterprise, can I get a pickup? Data does pickups. Greg's got trucks. Lisa rents exotics. If I'm
And,
buying pre-owned, Mark's all over it.
So you wanna always have like a really sturdy salt. I use Morton's kosher salt. It's not the fine grained iodized salt, but I think this is a little bit better for you. It's a little healthier. And you just put a little jab in there. I'm gonna let the water heat up and boil, and then I'll come back to do the carbonara. Okay, I'm gonna pause again. Okay. Okay, hello. So, I chopped some garlic. This is the garlic. And now this is an onion. It's a yellow onion. The actual recipe from Trish's Southern Kitchen should be a sweet onion. It should be ham as the meat and sweet onion as the onion. But today, since we're kind of improvising, because I hadn't been to the grocery store to get all the legit ingredients, I had to go to the store in my building, which has bacon and has onions and it has the simple stuff. So anyway, I don't know if you want to watch me cutting an onion, but I can kind of go over it with you. Can you see? This. All right, so the onion, you want to cut the top off, and you want to turn it around. Got a lot of layers on it. Turn around and cut the bottom off. And the best way that I know how to do it is you want to cut one slit in the side, and just take the outer shell off that you don't necessarily need. You can keep some of it. But anyway, cut the outer shell off, And then I like to find where I cut it and then go ahead and cut it in half from there. But in the meantime,
all that's left of the world.
you just kind of cut
Survives at the mercy of
in a horizontal half moon kind of way all the way through, and then hopefully you can keep it in a line, unless you've got a professional onion cutter at home that you can just stick it in there and it just slices everything. Well, I once witnessed that at a job I used to have at Moose's Saloon in Montana, which was a pizza, fresh oven baked pizza place. So now I'm going it crosswise, and you want to be careful because you don't want to get your fingers involved with that, with the knife.
surprises bring.
So
Kinder Joy is a treat plus toy.
here's
Now with new
some
surprises
onions.
just for Easter. A little surprise goes a long
And again, this is a yellow onion and not a sweet onion. So it's a specific kind of onion. The recipe called for a sweet onion, but we're improvising again, like I said today, with a yellow onion, which should be okay too. It'll have a little bit of a stronger oniony taste. But that should be okay.
But you got this.
So then you take your other half moon and do the same thing with it. You want to cut into little half moons.
On the nation's largest and most dependable 4G LTE network.
This was coming apart a little
So you can be there.
bit more than the other one did. But
Move to Total Wireless.
basically, then you want to
Starting at $25 per line for 4 lines, no contract, and save up to $12
cut it along
per year.
sideways.
Total
And
Wireless.
again, I want to tell you to mind your
Baby's
fingers.
skin is absorbent. Her skin can actually soak up wetness her diaper doesn't. That's why
Mind your fingers, because you'll probably, if you're a beginner, you'll probably cut your fingers once, and then after you cut your fingers once, you'll be like, oh, I don't want that to happen again. And so then you won't cut them again. Well, maybe you will after the course of your life, but you'll be a little bit more careful after that. So,
It's a kids' reality competition that brings families together.
anyway, so we're working in this small kitchen, it's okay. So here are the onions.
And write it off using Tax Act. So don't call us.
Onions and garlic. So that's ready to go. In the meantime, my water's boiling.
Tax Act to get your surprising
Time to add the spaghetti. How do I open this? I guess the recipe calls for a pound, which I think this whole box is a pound. But I've used some spaghetti out of here before, so I only have like half. Maybe a little bit, maybe like a 3/4 of a box.
Only nerds drink Diet Coke.
Well, anyway,
But those nerds
it's not quite a pound, but
that solve the problems, that change the world, that ultimately result in making change.
it's almost a pound.
Get smart. Drink up.
And we can put that in there. And so everything's pretty much set for the putting it together. I'm gonna probably push pause again, let the noodles cook a little bit, and I'm gonna come out with the
and a bump step.
pan
Plus the cup
or
form
to
to secure
saute the fine ingredients.
It's easier than ever.
What do you
to
say? Is that a
protect
good
your
idea?
vehicle
Maybe I
and
should
everything in it.
just do that now.
Order today at WeatherTech.com. Made right in America.
Well, I'll just pause it anyway right now. Then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back after perusing the recipe once more on my computer. So I'm just gonna shove the spaghetti in there so it can cook a little bit. And in the meantime, get the onions and garlic prepared. Get the handy dandy black skillet if you've got a black skillet. And this is where you're going to turn it on. Turn the heat on there, medium high. Cooking with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can see all the pans, okay. So just drizzle the pan with oil there. I'll let the oil heat up a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna stir the spaghetti around a little bit so it can not stick together all the way. Should be good. But the spaghetti's gonna cook for about 10 minutes, which means that we can do the rest of the recipe now. Okay, so first thing you want to do is add the onions. And then the trick is you're going to want to keep the onions sauteing a little bit so that when you add your garlic, the garlic takes quicker to cook. So you want to add the garlic after the onions usually. Cleaning up the workspace. This is the whole onion that I cooked and that I put in here. I chopped it up and put it in here. Just coarsely chopped. I didn't do it over 2 or 3 times to make it so fine. And I just kind of gave it a rough chop. But that's okay. Okay. So that's cooking. Said it would take a little while for the onions to kind of glaze over. See if we can. Is that too far? Can you see? Whoop. So this part takes a little bit of time in order to cook the onions. It'll take maybe about, it says on the recipe, about 20 to 30 minutes to kind of glaze it, to kind of caramelize the onions. So you just want to cook the onions for a while, and then after it's caramelized, then we can add the garlic. So I'm going to push pause again and just let this onions cook. Alright. Hello again. So it's been about 20 minutes and I've been caramelizing the onions here. As you can see, they're a little darker, kind of a brown color, which is nice. So now it's time to add the garlic, which is right here. So it's got a really nice aroma of onions and garlic. I think it's really nice, the aroma. Maybe a little bit more olive oil. So that's coming together. And now you can go ahead and add the bacon, the meat, if you will. Whatever, if you're using ham or bacon or pancetta. Go ahead and add that. In the meantime, while that's cooking up, make the cream sauce, which is a cup of cream. So this is just heavy whipping cream, which is just a regular cream. I guess if you can use half and half if you wanted to, but I like to go for the real stuff when I do it. No, I can't get it open. Okay. Okay, and you want to put it in a bowl here. A cup of cream and 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 2 cups of Parmesan, which sometimes you can get these already shaved Parmesan shavings in the grocery store. This is where this comes in handy. So you can just go ahead and put the whole thing in. It calls for about 2 cups. I would say that's about 2 cups, maybe 1.5. It's okay. You can just go ahead and put that in there. That's going to make it nice and cheesy. You want to stir this a little bit. This is going to be very interesting, I'll tell you. This is not exactly what I expected. But hopefully it will be tasty. I want to put these plastic things as far away from the stove as I can. It's going to be soon time to drain the spaghetti. The spaghetti looks like it's almost done, if not already done. It's been kind of boiling in there for a little while. It looks like it's done, yeah. Very good. So, now we will strain the spaghetti water from the spaghetti. Turn it off. That looked like it worked good. And I think now, let me just check what the recipe says. I'll put it on pause for a second. Okay, so to whisk together these ingredients, the eggs, the cream, a little bit of salt and pepper. I like pepper. I like especially ground pepper, but we only have very fine pepper this time. But so to whisk these ingredients, this is the egg. This is the egg and the Parmesan cheese mixture with the cream. A little bit of salt and pepper. Looks like it's pretty well blended now. So put the pasta in with the onions and the bacon. And pour on top this cheesy, creamy egg mixture. I'll use the spatula to stir it around. So this is like a carbonara recipe. Wow, it looks good. With bacon instead of ham. This is, I might want to try this again with the actual sweet onions and the actual ham. But for now, we're just making do with what we have. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? It looks very nice. Just mixing it all together. You want to have it on low for a minute, just so it can cook a little bit. It looks good. It looks tasty. I hope this video wasn't too long. It says 32 minutes, about a half an hour. Geez. Maybe that's too long to keep people's attention. I don't know. But anyway, this pasta dish looks good. I can't wait to try it. I'll put it on a plate and show it to you when it's fully cooked. But we'll see. I just want to see if people like this video or not. It might be too long. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, it's pretty much done cooking now. So now to serve it up. Looks good. I want to be sure to get some of the goodies. Well, it's my first take of it, but it's pasta carbonara from Italy.